Hello everyone, welcome back to another stream. Now we're doing episode 3 of Scarlet Hollow, and if I remember correctly, we saved Rosalina from the mine, and then her dad, the librarian, I believe his name is Oscar, had told us that they're not living at their house because they think something is living in it. So, I think we're about to see a ghost, conduct a seance, and let's get into it. We can do a recap. Let's do that. Let's do a full recap. The funeral of Pearl and Scarlet, your cousin's mother and your aunt, seemed like something you shouldn't ignore, even considering your own late mother's rocky relationship with this side of the family. Welcome to our family's humble estate. Unfortunately, due to the current state of the house, only a few rooms will be safely accessible during your stay. I wouldn't go wandering anywhere else if you value your limbs. The floors have been known to give out. So, what do you say? Want to tag along? Hold a camera for me while I narrate against a darkening sky, that sort of thing? You'll eat those words when I come carrying a mountain lion corpse out of these woods at dawn. A single deer remains behind, staring down the beam of Stella's flashlight while Gretchen whines and pulls at her harness. Duke grapples with the thing as it grabs at his shotgun, pushing the barrel out of the way as it grasps for Birdie with oddly jointed limbs, while Stella stares in shocked silence as if paused, watching as the other creature attempts to wrestle Gretchen into the darkness, her desperate cries going unheeded. You dive for Gretchen, attempting to snatch her away from the thing's misshapen hands. Misshapen hands. You manage to grab her, but the creature isn't deterred. It rears back on its hind legs, its mouth opening, whispered tones sliding out alongside something sharp and unnatural. But then there's a deafening blast of Duke's shotgun, and suddenly it is gone. Hey, welcome! Oh my god, what do we do? Just doing a recap really quick. Stella, keep an eye on her for us. Make sure she doesn't get into any more trouble. Well, joke's on the cops, the next day is even worse. Welcome home. My grandmother used to talk about pale creatures called ditchlings. She always said they were a terrible omen, a sign of suffering to come. I'm going to bed. I'll see you tomorrow. The next day. But listen, you'd better stay out of trouble today. I want you home by sunset. I don't want to hear complaints. Just do what I ask and we won't have any more problems. This is my cousin. She's trying to tell me what to do. Tabitha takes a few steps towards the door. Sunset. Winnie can fix you some of Sybil's new blend. Maybe it'll calm you down a bit. I think you'll like today's mix. It's chaga and lemon balm. Should help ease your stress and tension. And if you feel like talking, I'll be all ears. I see you're a private person. I can respect that. You never know how someone might respond to hearing the truth of what you encountered last night. Have either of you seen Rosalina around town? I don't want to be a helicopter dad, but she hasn't been answering my texts, and I want to make sure she isn't getting into trouble out there. Hi, Dr. Kelly. We were wondering if it would be okay if Reese could come hang out. Oh yeah, this lady's weird. Nothing strenuous, we promise. Whatever you two have planned is probably beyond what he can manage right now, anyways. She's like keeping her son in the house without interacting with anybody, saying that he's sick. I'm the only person in this town who truly cares about your safety. Don't forget that. Even if it's already too late to stop what's going to happen. You're interrupted by a sudden movement out of the corner of your eye. A girl carrying a bundle of snack pops through a hole in the fence and disappears over the crest of a hill. She didn't. I guess the old Maxwell place doesn't cut it as a secret hangout spot these days. But the Shaw Mine? That place was shut down like 100 years ago. After a collapse that killed over 100 people. You pull out your phone and dial your cousin. What is it? You know I'm in a meeting. A kid just snuck into the Shaw Mine. I figured you should know. What? Are you serious? Why do things keep happening to me? Whatever. I'll be over there as soon as I can. Just stay where you are and wait for me, alright? God, I don't even know why I'm trying to reason with you. It's not like you'll listen. I did not listen to her. Woohoo! Nice stream streak. My dad is a foreman at the continuous mining facility, and he says they only abandoned this mine because there wasn't enough coal left. So it's actually really safe, and we can hang out here whenever we want. Correction, your father was a foreman at the continuous mining facility. We'll see if he even has a job tomorrow morning. My dad says our house is haunted. That's what I was talking about. But she's interrupted by a pair of thunderous knocks. Wait a second, where'd the three of you run off to? Are you kidding me? There's something in the darkness before you that's much louder, though you don't hear it, but you can feel it in your chest, like the deep growl of a predator. What do you think you're doing? Get away from there. Your cousin dives towards you, but not before the light from your phone illuminates the chamber. Zen, are you alright? Wait, Becca and Alexis are still down there. You can't just leave them here. I know which way they were going. They'll listen to you this time, I promise. I didn't trust her, so I left with just Rosalina. The three of you managed to squeeze through the entrance just as the walls of the mine come crashing down. Tabitha doesn't say a word as the car cuts along the darkened road. You collapse in Tabitha's dusty guest bed, your head empty of thoughts. After your time in the Shaw Mine, you barely even notice the dust. When you close your eyes, your thoughts drift to Alexis and Becca, terrified and alone, if not already dead. When you close your eyes, oh, I just read that. Wake up, let's wake up. Next day. Sunshine filters in through the dusty windows of the estate as the dull aches of last night's activities throb in and out of focus. You manage to survive a second night in the town of Scarlet Hollow. As you pull yourself out of bed, you can feel the soot and grime of the Shaw Mine still stuck to your skin. Let's take a shower. Why not? You step into the guest bathroom and into the shower. Oh yeah, the guest bathroom is filthy. The water is hot and surprisingly enough clean. As steam fills your lungs and soot washes down the drain, let's see, what do I do? Every minute feels like another thread holding this town together starts to unravel. Thoughts of doom consume me. Think about Duke. Scrub feverishly, trying to scrape the memories off your skin. Think about Sybil's warning. Let's do my mystical thought. You're done here. You turn off the faucet and dry yourself off. Time to start your day. Let's check on the opossum, our little buddy. There's two. They don't look mean anymore. Let's wave at them. They look up at you. Do I try to pet them? I kind of want to. Against your better judgment, you reach out to the opossum's hand outstretched. Oh well, it's worth a shot. Maybe now they'll leave your dresser and return to nature where they belong. They played dead. Let's look out the window, because yesterday we saw something creepy. You hold your breath and approach the bedroom window. You saw something out there out of the corner of your eye yesterday morning, and you can't help but anticipate what might be out there. It's the same view. Is the background music a little too loud? You turn back to the guest room. Check the closet. The doll's still there. Let's message the group chat with Stella and Kanika. I get to meet Therese today. Of a pained old man. I'm gonna say, good morning. How you guys holding up? It'll probably be a bit before you get a response. I texted the group chat. I'm not gonna text them each. We'll head downstairs. You enter the kitchen to find your cousin in the midst of devouring a pint of banana chocolate chunk. She isn't alone. Frou-Frou glares at you from her usual spot on the counter as a red-headed woman busies herself trying to tidy as best she can. Tabitha's gaze swivels from the woman to you, her glare intensifying. Offer the red herring. These boiled peanuts. I swear, I should have committed to offering them to everybody until someone took them. Let's introduce myself. Hi, I'm Zen. Good morning, I'm Janie, just here to do my little weekly cleaning. Whatever cleaning Miss Tabitha will let me do, at least. I could have this place looking brand new, you know? Don't go making any big renovations, or moving anything around. I like knowing where my stuff is. Okie dokie, it's so nice to finally meet you, Zen. I mean, I guess I did meet you on Monday when you popped into the diner. Janie. But seeing someone somewhere and meeting them face to face are two completely different things, I suppose. Thanks. All I'm trying to say is that it's wonderful to finally actually meet you, and I'm so happy part of the family is here to keep Miss Tabitha company, what with everything that's Janie. Oh, I'm sorry, Miss Tabitha, am I being too much again? Tabitha grumbles in acknowledgement. Any updates on those two girls? No. Look, you did the right thing last night. Wow. Tabitha takes one last spoonful of ice cream, then discards the empty container, turning to you with her trademark scowl. Let's get going. I've got an errand to run in town, and every time I've left you here alone, something terrible's wound up happening, so you're coming with me. I'll say, I'll meet you outside. Sure. Given your track record, if I let you out of my sight, you'd probably just disappear into the wilderness, only to return in the middle of the night after burning down City Hall. If I'm lucky, you'll give me a call at some point between dousing the building in kerosene and lighting the match. Janie, lock up when you leave, please, and don't go rearranging anything. I'll know. As you're ready to leave, Janie approaches from the far side of the kitchen. Tabitha remains between the two of you, impatiently tapping her foot. Oh, Zen, before you go, I heard about what happened last night. I mean, I heard about it before Miss Tabitha mentioned it just now, and then I heard it again. I just wanted to say that I'm so sorry you got caught up in that. I'll be praying for those poor kids. I can't imagine how scared they must be. Last night was an unavoidable tragedy. You only come in once a week, right? What do you do with the rest of your time? That's kind of changing the subject a little bit. Let's say that. Last night was unavoidable tragedy, but I'm afraid there's more to come. Oh dear, that sounds just dreadful. Have you considered stopping by the church at some point this week? My husband's the pastor, and he's been going absolutely stir-crazy since we've moved here. Well, with nobody really attending sermons. It'd probably do him a lot of good to talk you through your worries. Maybe, we'll see. Oh, take your time, of course. You're here all week after all. Just know that you can stop by the church anytime. The door will always be open. You only come once a week, right? What do you do with the rest of your time? Oh, odd jobs mostly. Weeding gardens, cleaning houses, watching kids, that sort of thing. Enough dawdling, we're leaving. You and Tabitha walk through the doors of the estate and into her car. The ride to town is uneventful. Your cousins are unsurprisingly more focused on the road than on making conversation. Alright, we're just popping into the general store for a few minutes. What are we doing at the general store? Picking up tea from Sybil. Oh neat, what kind of tea? I don't know, the kind Sybil makes. She makes a bunch of weird stuff. I don't know what all of it's called. Quit interrogating me about the tea blends, jeez. After everything that's happened the past 2 days, it's nice to just go on an errand. Exactly. You and Tabitha turn as the door of the general store bursts open. A flustered Kanika exits, shouting behind her. Fine, okay, keep coddling him. Keep letting him get away with stuff you never would have let me so much as think about. I'm sick of carrying this family. Kanika storms off, the door slowly drifting shut behind her. Ugh, other people and their drama. If more people kept things to themselves, they'd be a lot happier. Out of curiosity, would you call yourself happy? Tabitha pulls back, surprised by your question. What did I just say? Yeah, I'm happy. Whatever. Come on already, let's go. Yeah, but he's there every day. And I know he comes in to see you every now and then, so I hardly think Mr. Tremaine not coming into the diner for one day is something to worry about. Well, if you say so. See you around, Sybil. You have a good one, dear. Oh, Tabitha, long time no see. Feels like you never make it all the way down to Main Street. Okay. Hey, I'm sure it goes without saying, but I just want you to know that all of us over at the diner really feel for you. Anything you need, just let us know, okay? What? Avery nods politely and then leaves without saying another word. Who the hell was that? She doesn't know who she is? Don't you live here? I should be asking you who people are. I guess. Anyways, it's not important. Good morning, Sybil. Good morning, you two. Hope you're doing well after last night's activities. Is the new blend ready? Of course. Zen, if you'd like to keep Miles company, Tabitha and I will just be a minute. Is Kanika okay? Of course, she just needs some time to cool down. Emotions are a little high considering everything that happened yesterday. She'll settle down soon enough. I'm just glad both of my little ones made it out okay. Sybil motions for Tabitha to follow, and they both disappear into the tea room, closing the door behind them with a tinkling of bells. I'll try to listen. You walk up to the door of the tea room to listen in. Subtle. I know, it looks a little longer than you'd hoped, or it took a little longer than you hoped, but this was a fairly short notice. Sybil pauses, and a moment later you hear footsteps move to the far end of the tea room. She and Tabitha resume their discussion, their voices hushed. You can only make out bits and pieces of what they're saying. Is there... Yes, make sure this is all. Not inside. Outside then, don't assume you know. I know what I'm... Your listening session is halted as the tinkling of bells announce another person. Oh, excuse me. Wait, you're Zen, aren't you? My name is Beau. I'm Duke's boy. It's a pleasure to meet you. Ooh, Duke's son? The policeman told me you saw what happened to my daddy. I'm so sorry for your loss. Thank you. The policeman said he might just be out hunting somewhere, but me and my mama both know he ain't coming back. Mama's pretty broken up about it. I'm trying to hold it together since I'm the man of the house now, but it ain't easy. Me and him was supposed to bring Big Betty to the state fair this week, but now he's gone, and of this morning, so is she. Oh no. I suppose if I'm not going to the fair, I might as well make myself useful and get out in the woods to look for what's left of my daddy. He was there, right? Could you tell me where to look so I can try to find him? Do I tell him the truth? What would he say? Have you seen anything strange on the farm the past couple days? Not really, no, but I've been awful busy, what with everything that's still been happening. Them chickens keep disappearing, though. Your dad was killed by ditchlings. They're monsters that show up when something bad is gonna happen, and they're the things that have been stealing your chickens. I ain't never heard of the ditchling before, but whatever they are, they won't stop me from trying to find my daddy. Alright, at least I told him. I'll tell him he died on the northwest edge of town off this Askina Trail. Thank you, Zen. I appreciate you trying to help us out. I don't rest easy knowing he's out there somewhere, all by his lonesome. And please tell Miss Scarlet I'm so sorry about her mama. Tabitha and Sybil are still in the tea room. Your phone buzzes. Oh my god, hey, I overslept. Still gotta make myself breakfast. If y'all want, you can swing by. Otherwise, meet at library and figure out plan. I think I'm good. Just had a big fight. Not really hungry. Gonna chill in my van for a while if you want to hang out, though. Otherwise, see you guys at library. You have plenty of time before dinner at Race's house. I haven't talked to Avery in a while. Or do I do what Tabitha says for the first time ever? Let's see. Let me go to the diner to see Avery. The diner is busy, but its vibe is different than it was on Monday. Its atmosphere muted and serious. The miners glance up at you with suspicion. Hey, good to see you alive and well. You caught me at a good time. Break just started. I heard about what happened last night. The diner has been buzzing all morning, so I've been hearing a lot of things. As you settle into the booth, the miners turn back towards their table and continue whatever it is they were discussing when you came in. I'll listen in. It's that person who was asking all those questions yesterday. Are you sure it's safe talking here? Screw Liz, it's safe shit. We're not backing down. The wheels are in motion at this point. It's just a question of when. Obviously, we gotta get those kids out of there, but why take on any mine work shifts while that's going on? I'm not going in today except to help those girls. Who the hell signs work the day after a massive cave-in? That heartless bit. We're on the same wavelength, Isaacs. She had me signed up for the 5 a.m. shift. I don't give a rat's ass about her quotas. I'm not risking my life for her bottom line, not for what she pays me. She finally gonna see consequences for all she's done. Seems like those fellas back there are getting pretty riled up. Might be a good idea to give them some privacy, especially considering, you know, who you're related to. How about we take some biscuits to go? There's a little garden next door. I think you might like it. I like it anyway. Good idea. Yep, let's bounce. 2 biscuits to go if you don't mind, Sal. The sour-faced cook nods and sets a box on the counter. See ya, Aunt Winnie. Don't get my Avery into trouble, Zen. I've heard about what you've been getting up to, and if anything happens to them, you'll learn the true wrath of a southern woman. We'll be sticking around the neighborhood. Unless a sinkhole opens up, I can't imagine there's much trouble to get into. And this is the spot. It's a public garden I've been putting together. It was just an empty lot when I first moved here, but Winnie said it was okay for me to mess with it. So when I'm stuck in a rut with work or music, I come here and dig around in the dirt, just organizing the chaos for a little while. But I don't think we came here to talk about my side projects. I've been hearing some absolutely wild stuff about last night. I mean, I don't know how much you overheard in the diner, but it seems like the miners are planning a strike. Some of them have been saying the old mine is haunted too, that ghosts have caused the collapse, and that there's some guy walking around claiming to be a dead man. And those 2 girls are trapped down there. What really went down last night? Yeah, I figured out the strike thing. Those miners weren't exactly subtle. Yeah, and all it took was 2 kids being buried alive. Honestly, it was a long time coming. The strike, that is. Let's see. Yeah, I've only been here a couple days, and even I could tell that something was brewing. People can only be pushed so far, if you ask me. Experiencing last night just once was enough. I'd rather not relive it. No problem, I get that. Let's just chill. A quiet breeze passes over you. Is everything in this garden yours? I mean, technically it's a public garden, but yeah, pretty much every piece of green you see here is something I've personally planted. Once my house filled up, I had to direct all that energy somewhere. So I put all of it into the vacant lot next to the diner. I didn't make the frames or the benches, that was Julius, but everything else was me. A lot of these are the native plants that were already growing in the lot, though I couldn't help but add a few of my personal faves. Hydrangeas and begonias and that sort of thing, and plenty of beds for edible plants. And I'm about to put in a bunch of mums, what with the seasons changing. Just doesn't feel like autumn without them. Who's Julius? You know, the guy who sits in the back of the diner reading the newspaper? That's Julius. He lives out in the farms, but the diner's practically his second home. He's there every day reading his newspaper and drinking at least a pot's worth of coffee. I didn't see him there today. Yeah, he hasn't been in. He left early yesterday and I haven't seen him at all today. Maybe he's working on something. I might start getting worried if he doesn't show up tomorrow. I don't think anyone else really checks in on the guy. Do a lot of folks come here? I come here and that's enough for me. Handful of other folks every now and then too. It seems like you've made good friends here. Oh sure. Kanika's friendly, though she's usually busy with the store. And Stella, she's one of the nicest people I know, and she stops by the diner at least a couple times a week to say hi. But I still don't feel like I know her. It's like she has some kind of wall up. It's the same for a lot of folks around here, honestly. Most of them grew up together, so they don't talk about the tougher parts of their lives. They just know each other so well. And someone like me, a transplant they don't trust, doesn't know any of it. And it's not my business to ask, so I'm polite. I do my job, I go home. I take care of my plants, I wake up the next day and do it all again, in a town full of friendly strangers. You sound unhappy. I wouldn't say that. This is the happiest I've ever been. And it's not like I'm all alone, I have Aunt Winnie still. As chill as she is, there are things you just don't talk about with your aunt. So I guess I'm not unhappy, just a little lonely. Let's see. Everyone's been pretty welcoming to me. Yeah, same with me. What I'm talking about runs deeper than welcoming, though. It takes more than a couple days for it to set in. What kind of plants do you have at home? Avery laughs. A lot. It's practically a jungle. Do you have a favorite? It'd have to be my dragon scale alocasia. I'll admit, it's partly because it's called dragon scale, like it's some plant from a fantasy world. It's also a cutting from one of my online plant friends. Life got pretty busy, so we don't talk much anymore, but every time I look at the plant, it reminds me that someone cared enough to package it up and send it to me. Plus, the leaves look like big, puffy cartoons. Excellent quality in a plant. What do you honestly think about this town? It's definitely quiet. It's good to have hobbies to try and stay busy, but yeah, it gets boring. You don't tend to meet many new people or try new things, but it's cheap and Winnie pays me a much higher wage than I'd make in the city. So I'm gonna stick around, save up, maybe eventually I'll move someplace else. I don't like to think I'll wind up stuck at the diner for the rest of my life. But I don't know where I'd move either. Hopefully I'll figure it out one day. You mentioned music when we first got here. Are you a musician? Yeah, I've got a SoundCloud and everything. It's pretty much what I want to do for the rest of my life, whether it winds up being profitable or not. I'd love to hear your stuff sometime. Oh, thanks. I'll send you the link, but you'll hear some of the party this Saturday if you swing by. Also, don't worry if it's not your kind of thing. I don't expect everyone I know to vibe with it, so no pressure. What do you play? Synths. I've got 3 of them, and I'd have more, but I promised myself I'd only add to the collection when I mastered the ones I already have. I started with bass guitar, though. Don't ask me why. The bass just called to me. Do you ever jam with the locals? Play folk music with them? For sure. Every month, the musicians in town get together for a song circle. It's one of my regular social events. I bring my bass and strum along. Julius is there with his banjo, and even though it's a bunch of older country folks, they seem genuinely happy to see me there. I think they're thrilled that a young person is helping to carry on these traditions. I guess I'm like insurance that these songs and the way they play them aren't just gonna vanish. Let's do... Wanna come ghost hunting with us tonight? Me and Stella and Kanika are gonna ghost bust Oscar's house, I think around sundown. Ghost hunting? Hell yes. Count me in. I don't know if I believe in ghosts, but with the sort of freaky stuff Scarlet Hollow has been throwing at you this week, I guess I'll be prepared for anything. Thanks for thinking to invite me. I really appreciate that. Enjoy a quiet moment. You let the breeze wash over you as you enjoy a quiet moment in Avery's garden. Your phone buzzes in your pocket. Almost forgot, it's Mayor Jimmy Day. Good excuse to head over to the library. We should check in with Oscar and Rosalina. Meet y'all there in half an hour. I totally blanked on that. Been having a weird / foggy morning. Wild that they're still doing the Mayor Jimmy thing even after last night. Do you think news has spread yet? But yeah, we should go see Oscar. See y'all soon. That's a lot of texts. It's Mayor Jimmy Day? Oh, it's Mayor Jimmy Day. Hell yeah. It's one of the best parts of living here, honestly. I've still got a little bit of time to kill before my shift starts back up, and I'm sure Aunt Winnie won't mind. Let's get over there before there's too much of a crowd. You and Avery make your way to the library. It's busier than usual. A small crowd has already formed in the corner of the main foyer. Does she have her ghost-busting suit on? That's so cute. Oh hey Zen, and Avery too. Hey, can't believe I'd almost forgotten about Mayor Jimmy Day. Thank God we have something to do this morning. My family's been driving me nuts. Yes, the whole gang's here, and Avery too. I've been waiting to introduce Zen to the mayor for like the entire time I've known her. I've never gotten to introduce someone to the mayor before. It'll be worth it. Trust us. Alright, shall we? Who's the mayor of the town? Oh, a dog. Oh. Not only is this mayor a dog, but judging from the series of portraits lining the walls, every mayor of Scarlet Hollow has also been a dog. You can tell this dog is the mayor from his little sash and his fancy top hat. There's a regal air about him, almost as if he knows the position of authority he's been elected to. So cute. And unless you're mistaken, the serious man by his side is Deputy Franklin, one of the policemen you spoke to following your encounter in the woods on Monday. The mayor's little nose starts twitching as you approach. His doggy eyes shine with a curious intensity. He knows you have something. Peanuts? You hold out your now slightly rancid bag of boiled peanuts. The mayor's nose twitches eagerly at their strong odor, and then he's on them in a flash, ripping through the plastic and devouring the soft-shelled legumes. Drop it, sir. Drop it. His security detail tries to tear him away, but it's too late. The peanuts are already eaten. You better hope those nuts settle well. If the mayor gets any tummy trouble after eating your disgusting pocket peanuts, there'll be hell to pay. He holds out his paw as if to shake your hand. Aw, it's lovely to meet you, Mr. Mayor. You reach forward to take the mayor's little paw in your hand, but his burly security detail stops you. No paw shaking, only head pats and ear scratches allowed. Isn't he just the cutest? It's the best part of living in Scarlet Hollow, besides the nature. And all my friends and Winnie's biscuits. Oh, the close-knit small-town community, of course. But having a dog mayor is a close fifth, no contest. He's pretty cute, too. It's almost like he really thinks he's the mayor, the way he sits all regal like that. Avery turns to you conspiratorially. Conspiratorially. Though to be honest, I voted for Daisy in the last election, but don't tell him that. Gretchen squirms in Stella's arms, straining to get at Mayor Jimmy. Hey, whoa, Gretchen, calm down, old girl. You're gonna pull a muscle. Miss Richmond, I'm gonna have to ask you and your dog to step away from the mayor. I should have known better. These two have never been able to get along. Stella walks off, struggling to hold Gretchen back. Kanika and Avery are quick to follow. I guess I'll follow them too. It looks like everyone else is already talking to Oscar in the next room. Before you can catch up to your companions, you're intercepted by a nervous man with a cross around his neck. It's hard to put a finger on it, but something compels you to dislike him. Ooh. Sounds like old Gretchen and the mayor may have some unresolved issues, wouldn't you say? I'm Pastor Daniel. I take it you're Zen? Everyone's been buzzing about you. I'm so sorry about your aunt, but I'm sure she's in a better place now. Jeannie mentioned you this morning. That woman is the light of my life. I'm so glad she's there to help your cousin through this rough patch. Something tells me I don't like him. Let's see. I should go. It was nice meeting you, though. Of course, and if you find yourself in need of counseling or spiritual guidance, you know where to find me. I'll just say, that sounds lovely, thank you. Really? Oh, that's great. Sorry, I just don't usually get positive responses when I ask folks if they want to come up to the church. Anytime that works for you, just swing by. I'm sure I'll be around. It was lovely to meet you, and you have a blessed day, Zen. The pastor leaves you be and joins the line to see the mayor. Nothing to do now but catch up with your companions. You find them already talking to Oscar deeper into the library. Are you sure we can't just get it over with while the sun is up? I don't know if I can handle getting scared shitless in the dark 2 nights in a row. I wish we could, especially since I'm not particularly excited about going back in there after dark either, but I'm pretty sure it only comes out when the sun goes down. Isn't that just like a ghost, waiting until you're at your most freaked out to freak you out even more? Yeah, there's no way I'm going in until that spirit is at full power. I want to be sure we get the best evidence possible. This could be my one shot to get real proof of ghosts. I'm not going to waste it just because I'm impatient. Y'all are going to be the death of me. And you're sure there's nothing we can do for Rosalina right now? I don't think so. She's been locked up in that back room all day, hasn't been very interested in talking to anyone. I think the best we can do is stick to the plan, ghost bust the house clean, and give her a real bed to sleep in tonight. I just hope it's possible to get rid of this thing. This is a pretty serious ghost. Infestation? Is that what you call something like this? I believe it's called a haunting, but ghost infestation also sounds good. I suppose we're the ghost hunters, so we can call it whatever we want. Is there anything I should bring? I've never done an exorcism or ghost bust before. Are there any tips y'all have for a novice like me? Oh, don't worry. I'll be bringing all the ghost hunting supplies anyone could ever need. The only thing y'all need to bring is an open mind. Don't worry, Oscar. We'll fix this. Heck yeah, we will. Yeah, whatever this is, we'll get to the bottom of it tonight. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. Well, if we're not doing the hunt now, I guess we should just head over to Reese's? Absolutely. Come on, Zen. Time to go bother our friend. I've got to get back to the diner, but I'll catch y'all at sundown. Can't wait to get traumatized by a ghost tonight. I can never tell if you're joking. I'm not. I live for the thrill. I hope it's everything Oscar says it is and more. Be careful what you wish for. See y'all soon. Time to go. So I finally met Pastor Daniel. It was only a matter of time until he tried to pull you aside about grief counseling. When my dad died, I had to ban him from the general store for a week. He wouldn't stop leaving these little pamphlets at the checkout. I don't know where he finds so many. Y'all are right. His vibes were bad. Glad you feel the same way. There's just something about the way he's always smiling. It's so creepy. The man was grinning through all of my dad's funeral. I'll never forget that. And I don't mean that in a stigmatizing mental illness kind of way. There's just this little siren that goes off every time I see him that tells me to get away from him. That's exactly how I would describe it too. The whole town feels the same way. Now that I think about it, he must be pretty lonely. He can look for friends somewhere else. Do I invite Tabitha to go ghost hunting? What will she do? I'm not going to invite Tabitha. All right, shall we head out? The three of you leave the library to an early dinner at Reese's. You once again find yourself in front of Reese's house. A cold hesitation grips you as the building looms over the hilltop. Though it's only early afternoon, it feels much later, the sun already sinking behind the tall mountains that surround Scarlet Hollow. We're a little early. What if Dr. Kelly yells at us? There's no such thing as early when you're hanging out with friends. That's just extra time you get to spend together. Okay, but what if she yells at us? It's too late. The door swings open. Hey, Reese. Oh my god, dude, it's been ages. You must be Zen, right? I've heard a lot about you. Stella's been relentless about making sure I got all the Zen updates. Gretchen starts yelping at Reese, straining against Stella's grip as she tries to get between them. Are they here already? I knew you'd show up early, Stella, and you brought the dog. Great. Yeah, I thought she might cheer Reese up. I don't know what's gotten into her all of a sudden. The dog stays outside. But it's okay, Stella. We can let her chill in my van for a bit. I'll run the AC and leave her some treats. You know I always have some of those easy-chew dog jerky stashed away. But we go everywhere together. Do you want to come in or not? Anika nervously tugs Stella away towards her van. Well, what about you, Zen? Are you coming in? Oh, sure. You follow Reese and Dr. Kelly inside. Stella and Kanika aren't far behind you. The house feels cold. Not only is there an odd chill in the air, but the building itself feels too sterile, uncomfortably tidy to the point where you're nervous to touch anything. If it weren't for the aroma of store-bought dinner rolls baking in the oven and the unsettling artwork hanging on the walls, you'd be half convinced you'd wander into a real estate showing. So how can I lend a hand? By sitting down at the table and not puttering around in my kitchen. I made sure everything was done well in advance, so the only thing left are the rolls, which shouldn't be long. Then we can have a quick dinner and you can leave my house and go on about your business. But I was kind of hoping to see Reese's new art. We still have time now, right? You aren't seriously considering subjecting your friends to your disaster of a room, are you? It's not that bad. You can still see the floor. Dr. Kelly raises a single questioning eyebrow. I don't mind a little mess. Yeah, I doubt it could be any worse than the way I keep my room. Yes, okay, fine. As long as you stay out of the kitchen, I don't care what you get up to. Cool, we'll just be downstairs. You won't even know we're here. You make your way towards the basement stairs. The basement is what you might expect out of a tortured artist who spends all his time confined to his studio. Discarded canvases line its edge while trash and sketches leak out from their piles in the corners of the room, hiding the bare cement floor. Ghoulish faces coat the walls in paint, sneering out at their creator. Your mom is so scary. She can be a little intense, kind of overprotective, which I guess makes sense. Anyway, make yourselves comfortable. You have to forgive the mess. I've been distracted lately. Haven't been cleaning much. Let's see. You three go way back, huh? Almost to the womb. The school here is a tiny K through 12, not exactly a one-room schoolhouse, but not far from it. We're lucky we all got along as much as we did. Some kids weren't able to make friends their own age. They just happened to be born around the same time as some real jerks and were stuck with them through their whole school career. Poor kids. Not that we were free from dealing with jerks, like a certain Scarlet I could name. Okay, she was a little rough around the edges, but she was pretty friendly when you got past that. Maybe to you, the way she used to look at me, you'd think I rolled in something foul every morning before school. Same here, though to be fair, the feeling was more mutual between us. She deserved it though. Your mom really looks out for you. That's one way to look at it, I guess. It's possible she's gotten a bit of an edge lately. I think my condition has been stressing her out a lot. It used to be something she thought she can fix, but I think she's kind of accepted that it's just something we have to manage. But even if she is a little harsh, she means well. It's like you said, she's looking out for me. Do I say that? Though I guess I would have to wonder if isolating you from your friends is really looking out for you. I don't think... Does she do that? She did turn us away yesterday. You came by yesterday? She didn't tell me. I was probably just asleep. She must have forgotten to mention it. I don't know if I would call that isolating. She didn't want to wake me up. I don't think that's her being controlling or anything. Not to cast any doubt on that, but she did say I couldn't bring you any food. She knows it's how I show my friends how much I appreciate them, and she knows I can work around all kinds of allergies and intolerances. Not gonna lie, it felt weird. I don't know, my body's pretty particular when it comes to food. She just prefers to have full control over what I eat, so... Okay, maybe that does sound controlling, but it's for a good reason. If I eat the wrong thing, it could really mess me up, so she has to regulate my food. He looks like he's extremely skinny, like eating disorder skinny. Should I just straight up ask him? What are you sick with? Sorry, Reese. Zen is pretty direct. We don't have to talk about your illness. It's okay. I've come to terms with the way the rest of my life is gonna be. You're so macabre, Reese. You make it seem like you've been sentenced to death. You haven't, right? Not exactly. No one really knows what's wrong with me, but it's been getting worse. I can barely keep most food down. My skin always itches like there are worms crawling underneath it. I could live for a long time or a short time, no one's sure. But I'm definitely not going to get better. Whatever time I have left is going to be miserable. So I've done my mourning. My best years are behind me. My future is unknowable. But one day I'll wind up in a pine box just like everyone else, and I'm okay with that. Damn, Race. I may be goth, but that's some real nihilistic shit. We'll make sure to come by more often from here on out. Friendship heals all wounds, right? Thanks, guys, but you really shouldn't worry about me. I have my art. I'm doing fine. Really. I'm not gonna push it. True. We'll all join the worms one day. We just gotta make the best of what we got. See? Zen gets me. Stella, maybe it was a mistake to get these two together. So, has Stella told you about everything that's happened the past couple days? Every detail. I wish I could see some of it myself, but you know. He gestures in futility towards the walls of the basement. Are you sure you can't just sneak out one of these nights? The doc isn't keeping me prisoner here, Stella. I'm sick, you know that. I agree, he does need help. I'm sorry, man, I didn't mean to. There's nothing to apologize for, and I appreciate the effort. Really, I do. There's just nothing you can really rescue me from. That die's already been cast. But we were talking about the past couple days, weren't we? Do you have any thoughts on the ditchlings we've been seeing? Yeah, they've been coming up to my window at night. Ooh, creepy. Wait, really? Is that why you texted me that they look like something out of your nightmares? Yeah, I thought I was hallucinating. I hadn't put it together that we might have been seeing the same thing until just now. I've been sketching them, actually. Tell me what you think. Ugh. He pulls out a sketchbook from one of the piles in his room. Okay, that's exactly what I saw on my way home last night. What does it mean that they've been lurking around here, though? I don't know, but I like the company. They're kind of beautiful in a sad way, if you ask me. It's very morbid, if anything. But I guess he already has accepted his sickness, whatever it is, and that he's gonna die. Agree to disagree with you there. Those things are gonna be stuck in my nightmares until the day that I die. What do you think of my cousin? She was always so distant and mean. I probably would have thought she had it out for me personally if she wasn't like that towards everyone, or if I thought she even knew my name. But people change. Maybe she's nicer now. She's still terrible. You guys just never took the chance to get to know her. She's actually really funny and sweet. I'll pass, thanks. What do you think is going on with Wayne? Who? You know, the guy who's been following Zen around being all ominous? Oh yeah, that slasher creep. I appreciate the classic Jason vibe he has going on. Here's hoping he doesn't live up to the look for all of our sakes. Do you think the town is doomed? I think everything is probably doomed at some point, but I guess that's answering a different question. Do I think the town of Scarlet Hollow is on the brink of collapse? Probably not, but it's not like I have a lot of perspective on what it's like out there. There could be rioting on Main Street, and if Stella or the doc didn't tell me, I just wouldn't know. I would totally tell you if there was a riot. Would Dr. Kelly tell you, though? I mean, yeah, I hope so, but the point I'm trying to make is that other people are my eyes out there. Your art. Each piece exudes its sickening miasma. It's like you can feel something squirming behind the paint, the brushstrokes acting as steel bars trapping some anguished being within. I feel the emotions you put into these. They're writhing just behind the paint, radiating pain and anguish. I know what you mean, I feel it too. When I'm working on them, it's like I'm channeling whatever's plaguing me into the paint. And when they're done, I feel like I've been emptied out and all the vile things inside of me have been sealed away into the canvas. It's why I make so many of them. Sometimes when I return to a piece, it's almost like I'm offering an invitation for those feelings to slither back underneath my skin. There are some pieces I can't even look at. I hide them until I forget they exist. I'd rather not let those particular feelings back in. Sounds kind of like therapy? That seems healthy, probably. Yeah, art therapy. Sounds like it does you good. Being empty must be better than being full of bad thoughts, right? I think so. It works for me, at least. It's quite a movie collection you've got. Got any recs? Let me think. Oh, have you heard of Shino-Chi, Deathblood? I saw that for the first time recently and it blew me away. Excellent example of both Japanese horror and found footage done right. We could even put it on after dinner if you guys are interested. Damn, I would usually be down for that, but we gotta head over to Oscar's after this. We promised we'd ghost bust his place. He's apparently been dealing with a bad haunting. I feel like we should really be there for him tonight, considering everything that's happened. He and Rosalina both need our support right now. I'll take a rain check on that movie, though. Yeah, we'll definitely come by for a movie night this week. I should probably work tomorrow, but I can close up early. Should I just ask him? Wanna come ghost hunting with us tonight? Oh wow, do you think you'd be down for that? We'd love to have you. That would be so amazing, but I haven't had the best luck leaving the house lately. Even just walking to town is enough to put me in bed for a week. It sucks. But make sure you bring your camera, Stella. I want to see everything that happens. I'll remain silent. Reese's mom shouts from the kitchen. Dinner's on the table. Guess that's it for catching up. Make sure you all wash your hands with soap. I don't want anyone sharing their germs. Sure thing, Doc. I'll just go wash my hands. You make your way towards the sink, but are stopped in your tracks by the pull of an odd door at the end of the hallway. It feels out of place, like you've accidentally wandered into a different, older house. But more than that, you feel something radiating out from behind it, something dark and cold. You felt this before in the dusty tunnels you so narrowly escaped last night, an oppressive hum like a muted scream heard through layers of rock trying to draw you towards it. You feel lightheaded. You are compelled to approach the door, drawn in as if hypnotized. Something wants you to find it. All the options are open the door. Oh my gosh. Do I have to? Is there an option? Oh, snap yourself out of it. I'm gonna snap myself out of it. You do your best to snap yourself out of it, turning into the bathroom and dutifully washing your hands before joining your companions at the table. Dinner is already laid out. Dinner rolls, spaghetti, and a light salad. Kanika anxiously picks at her food. Stella is nervously talkative, and Reese is suddenly quiet and tense, his shoulders tight as his mother perches on the chair next to his. Dr. Kelly eyes all of you with a sharp, fierce gaze. She sits opposite you at the far head of the table, her features silhouetted against the light of the setting sun in the window behind her. Pills. She slides a few tablets towards Reese. He immediately swallows them. This is excellent, Dr. Kelly. Is the pasta sauce homemade? No, it's from a jar. I worked too many hours to make my own pasta sauce. We have an excellent taste in brands, and if you ever want any tips on easy home-cooked pasta sauces, you know No thanks, Stella. I have the internet if I need recipes. Thanks again for having us, Dr. Kelly. We really appreciate it. You didn't tell me they came by yesterday. You were asleep. I didn't want them to wake you up. But you could have told me. Why? They were coming over today anyway. I would just rather know these things. Noted. Oh, gosh. I'm not bold enough to say, that she is just making him sick. Let's do small talk. Thanks for putting this together, Dr. Kelly. I don't usually have to cook for so many people. I'm just glad there's enough for everybody. It reminded me of what it used to be like when these two would come over, hungry teenagers eating me out of house and home. I should have charged your parents for all the food you kids went through. Honestly, it was like I was running a restaurant, not a doctor's office. What were Stella and Kanika like as kids? Noisy and messy, like all kids. There's suddenly a wistful look in her eye, like she's glimpsing back to some brighter time in her life. Kanika softens too, her shoulders lowering from their defensive place by her ears. And they always had these little projects, videos or crafts or animal rescues, whatever it was that captured their imaginations that week. The glimmer of joy at the corner of her eyes fades. Her glower returns in its place. So like I said, noisy and messy. Didn't we bring a dead squirrel into your house once? Oh god, not the squirrel. I remember that squirrel. Didn't you think the doc could Frankenstein it back to life or something? I was like 12. I was very susceptible to what I saw in media and very sad about that squirrel. That's one of those things that keeps me up at night. I still feel guilty about bringing that thing into your house, Dr. Kelly. I'm just glad you didn't make it a habit. How well do you know Tabitha? Not very. I'd know her a lot better if your family didn't seem to be so afraid of doctors. I can count on one hand the number of times she's been in my office. No wonder everyone but that old Edwardine died so young. Hopefully your mother was better about taking you to doctor's visits. I wouldn't be surprised if there was something genetic at play, and it's much better to catch those things early. I think I'm done. You remained silent, quietly picking at store-bought spaghetti and dinner rolls. So, we were talking about maybe watching a movie sometime this week while Zen is still in town. We'll have to see how you're feeling. I can handle a movie, Doc. Yeah, we'll just sit downstairs in the dark. Reese is used to that. I'm sure he'll be okay. You're always overestimating how much you're able to do, Reese. This is why you keep getting sick. If I get sick, so what? It's not like I'm ever going to change. I'm sick every day and I'm not getting better. I don't want to spend the last few miserable years of my life holed up in the basement alone just because seeing my friends had been deemed too strenuous. I'm an adult, for God's sakes. I can't believe I have to ask for permission from my mom just to have friends over. Reese stops mid-sentence, wincing in pain and wrapping himself in his arms. Don't say things like that. I'm doing everything I can to try and fix. Silence as Dr. Kelly's eyes shoot open. Reese? Reese abruptly pulls himself from the table and leaves. Damn it, I knew this would be too much. Everyone get out of my house, please. Just leave us alone. Stop trying to interfere with his life. All it does is hurt him more. But we can't just leave him like this. Now is when he needs friends the most. No, now is when he needs me the most. I'm his doctor and his mother. I know you care about him. I know that, and he knows it too. But all any of you would do is get in the way. So just leave, please. Don't think I don't know something is up here. Do I want to stand up and voice my concerns, or do I want to be passive? I'll say this. Don't think I don't know something is up here. I don't care what you think. I just want you out so I can take care of my son. The three of you are rushed to the door. We'll be back, Reese. I hope you feel better soon. Dr. Kelly shuts the door in her faces. The click of a lock signals the end of your dinner at Reese's. Let's see. I think my headphones died. Give me 1 second. That was weird. I don't know why they got disconnected. Alright. Dr. Kelly shuts the door in your faces. The click of a lock signals the end of your dinner at Reese's. The door to the clinic felt like it had the same pull in me as the carving in the mines. Something is seriously wrong with that. I'm gonna do this one. Do you think something's back there? Another one of those carvings is in there, I'm certain of it. Okay, that'd be really weird. If we find it, do you think you'd get another vision? I'm just spitballing here, but I wonder if what that carving showed you last night is related to the ditchlings. You're not suggesting we go poking around in there, are you? Of course I am. Maybe tomorrow. I'm not breaking into Dr. Kelly's clinic based on a bad vibe Zen got. Did either of you get the impression that Dr. Kelly is afraid of Reese? I could have sworn I saw genuine fear in her eyes for a second there. Are you sure she wasn't just being overprotective? I'm sure that's all that's going on, and she has every right to be. I mean, the poor guy took 2 bites of food and got sick immediately. I can't imagine what that's like for both of them to go through. If anyone is afraid of anyone in that house, Reese is afraid of his mom. I think you're both reading into things too much. Dr. Kelly's good people. Look, I'm just saying maybe there's more to their dynamic than just him being sick, but it's not like there's much we can do about it right now. We could probably go back and forth on this for a while. Let's grab Gretchen and get going. The sun is setting, we wouldn't want to miss a second of ghost action. Stella hurries off down the hill, almost as if to run away from what just happened. You and Kanika follow her down the slowly darkening street. Lit by the orange hues of the setting sun, the library feels different. What was once a quaint building in a small town now stands an imposing structure, its walls holding something that stares back at you with menace. Maybe Kanika's right. Maybe ghosts aren't real, and the rest of tonight is going to be a pleasant break from the events of the past few days. But you know that's not the case. There's something old and powerful in there, and you can feel it stir as the sun sets and daylight fades away. Before you enter, a pair of figures in the nearby bush catch your eye. You can't help but feel that with every passing day, the ditchlings grow bolder. Oh, there it is right there in the corner. Oh my god. They're really not being subtle. Just as its exterior was intimidating in the setting sun, the inside of the library is dark, its shadows deep and foreboding. The meet and greet with the mayor ended quite some time ago, and the throngs of visitors took whatever joy was in this place with them as they left. Hey, Oscar, are you back yet? Shh, you can't yell in the library. It's against the rules. It's after hours. Rules only apply before 5 p.m. Now it's our domain. Hey, you're here sooner than I expected. Hope dinner went okay? Yeah, it went okay. Reese wasn't feeling up for a longer hangout, unfortunately. I'm sorry to hear that. It's okay, just means we have more time to hunt ghosts. I've come fully loaded. Got my EMF reader, temperature gauge, spirit box, infrared camera, UV light, video cameras, salt, flashlights for everybody in case the ghost messes with the electricity, parabolic microphone, Sharpies, and a paper for automatic writing, matches and candles for rituals. Oh, and a Ouija board. I know they're toys, but you never know what might come in handy. Wow, this is a lot of ghost hunting stuff for something that was so last minute. Do you just have this stuff ready to go in a bug-out bag or something? Of course I do. I actually stashed a couple of bags here overnight after I got back from the mines. Excuse me? I wasn't about to carry everything around all day. This way we can just go in light and pop out to grab more stuff once things start getting spooky. I may never have found any compelling evidence of ghosts, but that's not for a lack of trying, and after last night, I'm more than ready to try again. Hey, hope I'm not too late. Have I missed any creepy paranormal stuff? Avery, glad you can make it. The more pairs of hands we have, the more equipment we can carry. Sure thing, always happy to offer a hand or two. I hope you aren't taking this as seriously as everybody else. I need someone else to be rational with. Whoa, is that an EMF reader? I've never seen one in person. Look at all this stuff. Spirit box, parabolic microphone, y'all really covered all your bases. Oh no. Hey, I'm as rational as they come. I'm just not ready to roll out weird paranormal stuff. When people tell me they saw a ghost, who am I to say they didn't? I'm just ready to keep an open mind, and that mind only collapsing again after 100 years while y'all were in there? Anything seems possible right now. I've got a bad feeling about this. There were ditchlings in the bushes outside. Who knows how many more are lurking around here? Ditchlings? Supernatural omens that have been living in the woods, and that I guess have moved on to sneaking into town. Man, you guys get to see all sorts of cool stuff. Just once, I'd like to actually see something spooky with my own 2 eyes. Trust me, you don't. If Sybil's right, we're only going to see more of them as time goes on. We can't let them get in the way of things. There's something back there. I can feel it. Really? This is so exciting. I can't wait to finally see a ghost. Yeah, exciting's a word. As someone here for the thrill of being terrified, it's the word I'm here for. We'll see how you two feel about that once things get started. Yo, don't rush off ghost busting without Zane. No way was I gonna forget your promise, Stella. I forgot about Zane. Zane, glad you can make it. I was confronted with my own mortality for the first time yesterday, so I'm desperate for answers about the afterlife to ease my troubled mind. Now let's go mess with some ghosts. I hope my house is big enough for 6 ghost hunters at once. If this is everyone, we can go ahead and get started. It's through the back. Follow me. Looks like the sun has almost set. This is when stuff usually starts to kick off. I haven't been back inside for about a week, so I have no idea what to expect. Hey! Oh, Rosalina. There's no way you're doing this without me. Rosalina, we talked about this. No, you talked at me about it. I'm sick of other people making decisions for me. I just want to be able to live in our house again. I'm going in there and sleeping in my room tonight no matter what. I mean, Zane's coming. It's not like tonight is an adults-only event. She's got a good point, Mr. G. Yeah, but come on, Dad. I don't want to be coddled just because you're scared. You're right. I'm sorry, Rosa. Just let me know if it gets to be too much and you want to leave, okay? Thanks, Dad. Now let's get our house back. She's brave, girl. You all cross over the threshold and enter Oscar's living room. Family photos line the walls and stacks of books sit comfortably on wooden furniture. And there's that feeling again. Like the mines, like the door to the clinic. A dusty, suffocating, dizzying feeling. Something is in this house, though whether it's a ghost or something worse, you cannot know. Okay, looks pretty normal for now. I don't remember that picture being on the floor, but that could be non-supernatural. None of my equipment is picking up anything around the picture. But I'll set up a camera in case it falls again. Could be important evidence. You might want to save your cameras for Rosalina's room. That's where I've seen the ghost manifest. I wonder if the ghost will even show with this many people around. Wait, is it just me or does it suddenly feel colder? It sure does. I definitely feel that. Same, I've got chills. The temperature gun says it's actually a couple degrees colder, but that's normal. Rooms and hallways are sometimes colder than other parts of the house. Whoa, a genuine cold spot. I gotta snap a pic for posterity. Is that it? This isn't very scary. Wait, Rosalina, if the ghost mostly manifests in your room, shouldn't you have seen it? I've only seen the stain. Dad made me switch rooms with him way before we moved out. I wasn't about to let my daughter sleep in a haunted bedroom. I spent most of my nights on the couch before we set up shop in the library. Even if there's something back there, I'm not scared of it. I'm mad at it. I don't want to split up. Come on, ghosts. Let's see some real action. Oh no, don't antagonize it. I don't think this ghost is friendly. How do you like, know that, though? If I were a ghost, I'd be mad chill. If you saw what I've seen, I don't think you'd be saying that. That's an interesting point, though. What if the ghosts usually are friendly, and they're only terrifying because they don't know how to be anything else? Yeah, like, I know if I were a ghost, I'd just vibe. But what if my vibes were bad and I didn't know it? I shudder to think of the possibilities. Okay. Oscar takes a deep breath before continuing. Let's head to Rosalina's room. Follow me. There's a stain. Ugh. Whoa. This is where I've seen it. It appears on the top of the stain. Weird, I'm not getting anything. It's not even cold. It's the same temperature as the living room. Nothing on the EMF either. Then your equipment is wrong. The stain is definitely paranormal. I've scrubbed it out too many times to count and it just keeps coming back. It's just a stain, Dad. Can't we just cover it back up? I don't mind sleeping in here. Maybe we have to scrub it out first. Could be that the paranormal stuff will activate if we give it a reason to. Oh, good idea. If y'all are offering free carpet cleaning, be my guest. The stain is an attempt at expression. There are no words, no decipherable patterns, but you can still feel it. A cry for help from something that has lost its voice. Have you tried tearing up the carpet? In a house owned by the government? Nope, I'm not messing with their carpets. I'd rather scrub ghost blood out of it every day than to have the government take me to court for destroying their property. It could be a good idea. This could be a sign of structural damage, and I'm sure the government would rather know about it now than wind up with a bigger problem down the line, right? Plus, there might be something written under there, in blood. Only way to be sure. Stella excitedly starts tugging at the corner of the carpet. Oh dear, you're doing the government a favor, really. We'll cover for you. You don't have to sweat it. Ooh, a trapdoor. Stella pulls back the carpet, revealing a hatch, the floor around it stained in a reddish brown. There's a broken seal around its edges. Whoever carpeted over this hatch didn't want anyone going down there. Okay, maybe I don't want to sleep in here. There's a broken seal around its edges. Someone didn't want us down there. Yeah, but how long ago was it sealed up? Whoever did this has gotta be long gone, right? There's no basement in this house. At least we weren't told about a basement. And look, all the red stuff is coming from underneath. Oh yeah, this is super haunted, alright. You've got a basement chock full of ghosts, I can just feel it. Still no readings though, none of the equipment has made a sound. Of course not. Y'all know last month was super rainy. It's clearly been a long time since anyone stepped foot in the basement or crawl space or whatever it is under the hatch. There must be a leak that flooded the whole area underneath the house. The water dissolved the caulk around the edge and leaked through to the carpet, and it's red because North Carolina has red ass dirt. It's as simple as that. It's not mud, it's blood. Human blood. I tested it. Maybe you tested it wrong? It can't be blood, right? Whatever it is, I need to know what's down there. I need to know what's been under my bed all these years. Yeah, there's an old hatch in the floor that someone tried to seal up. We're not leaving until we've explored every nook and cranny. Have you considered that they may have tried sealing it up because it's unsafe? Uh-oh. Do you think the flooding could have made the house unstable? I'm all in on ghost hunting, but I don't know if I can crawl into another dangerous crevice. I'm going for it. Gretchen looks so scared. Oh no. You come to in Oscar's living room. You can't tell what time it is and your friends are nowhere in sight. I'm having another vision. At least physically, this is Oscar's living room. Spiritually and mentally, you've been ripped away to some other place. The building feels colder and there's something about the air that feels wrong. It's stale with an undercurrent of mold and earth. You feel claustrophobic as though you're in a coffin, each breath depleting what little oxygen is left. Hello, is anybody here? There's no reply. Whatever just happened was weird, but your friends are probably still in Rosalina's room. You head further into the house. Whoa. This is crazy. Something isn't right. It feels like a late summer afternoon. The air is warm and wet, and the scent of flowers drifts on the breeze. Whoa. That kind of scared me. Movement stirs as a figure cloaked in shadow rises to attention. Who are you? What are you doing on my property? It's Stella. Stella? Did you say Eddie? No one's called me that in a long time. It's Edwardine now. I'm not a child anymore. Stella, why do I think your name is the lover? I wish I could say the same. You should have stayed gone, and you absolutely shouldn't have shown up here of all places. If you're caught, I don't think you understand what Father might do. Am I supposed to have memorized lines or something? A flash of pain in Stella's eyes tells you that she is keenly aware of everything that's happening right now. She's in agony. I can't. It's not that easy for me. My brothers were sent to Normandy, and now I'm the only Scarlet left besides father. I have responsibilities, Charlie. Stella, I'm so sorry. You should just get out of town while you still can. Whatever you came back for, it's not worth it. I'll get you out of here, Stella, I promise. Oh no! She's gone, along with the shadow in the corner of the room. You're alone again in this strange garden. Do I follow her? I'm gonna go back. Go back the way I came. I'm done with this trippy collage. There's a ditchling right here. As you turn. As you do so, a single door standing solitary in the middle of the garden appears before you. Let's enter it. You walk up to the door and open it. Bells ring as a cacophony rages outside. The door in front of you pulsates as figures unseen bang against it. The shaded figure from the garden sits in the corner, ever so slightly more defined. Ooh, I see him in the left corner. Another ditchling in the left bottom corner. Your father has left town, Charlie. We're moving to a new house today, okay? Jesus Christ, how many more times am I gonna get jump scared? He can't come back. We've gotta live somewhere else now, but that'll be fun, right? There'll be new kids to play with. You can show them your little dolls. Hurry, sweetie, we don't have much time. Why aren't you possessing me? Why everyone else? I don't even live here. No, she can't come. I never want you to say her name again, do you hear me? We aren't friends with the Scarlets anymore. Oh God, they're outside. Are those torches? We don't have time, Charlie. We have to go right now. The mother is whisked away, leaving you behind in the empty room. As she departs, the front door stops pounding and opens it up into a beckoning white void. Before you have a chance to think, another door creaks open on what you thought was a ceiling. Oh God, it's Wayne. There you are. This is quite the maze, isn't it? And absolutely crawling with these miserable little parasites. Oh my God, he's squished it to death. Bottom feeders. I'll talk to him. Hey man, what's up? You're no longer threatened by me? Good, maybe now we can be friends. As he approaches, a smell hits you. Sweating, suffocating flesh with a tinge of the saccharine and stomach-churning scent of decay. Shall we find the end of this little maze? Walk forward into the void. There's no need for you to run away from Wayne. You step past him and walk into the void. You're outside and it's night. A false moon looming massive in the painted sky. Wayne is gone. The night feels thick and warm, the insects lively, their calls unnaturally tinny. Everything feels warped and wrong, like you're listening to a record fished from the bottom of a pond. Unless your eyes are playing tricks on you, the shadow in the corner keeps getting closer. You poor dear, I've been keeping track of you scuttling around town like a tomcat. You've fallen hard for Miss Edwardine, haven't you? Kanika, I'll get you out of here, I promise. There's no need to be embarrassed. Your secret is safe with me. You know, I never did approve of what the Scarlets did to your family. And what it did to the two of you youngins. Childhood sweethearts, just to think how lovely it would be if you could just be happy together. That's what you want, isn't it? The plot thickens. I'm sure by now you've realized the young lady doesn't plan on leaving with you, but it's not for lack of desire, as you well know. The Enoch. Even if you dragged her over the town limits, his hold over her would make sure neither of you were happy ever again. Just think of what happened to your poor mother and father. Do you want that to be the two of you? What do you know about my parents? The powers at work here are stronger than even your love could withstand. You need to break the bonds holding her here. Then you can both go free. No more misfortune. Not for you, not for anyone else bold enough to step foot outside the holler. The witch mimes handing you something, though her hand is empty. Everything you need to know is on that map. Thank you. I'll just play along. I'll do as you say. That's where you'll find them. You need her there, and be careful. Good luck to the both of you. I hope you get your happiness. And then she's gone. It's trying to get rid of me. It'll have to try harder. Are you Sam Wayne, or are you something else? The body that stands before you is Sam Wayne. So, you and Tabitha, huh? That was a thing? This body knew her well. Oh god. What the hell is going on in this town? I'm sure you'll be able to piece it together soon enough. I'd rather you find out on your own first. That's the only way you can really know who to trust, and then I can finally tell you more. There's so much to discuss when that time comes. What are you? I'm a friend. Do you know the way out? I will soon, but in the meantime, you have nothing to fear. I'm watching over you. I'll just leave it at that. Continue forward. This is so strange. Once again, you find yourself separated and alone. A long wooden corridor stands before you, littered with bottles and rails. A figure rises to attention, blocking your way. I'm afraid he doesn't have long. If there's anything you need to say to him, I'd say it now. As the caretaker is swept away, the room pulls itself to you, and you find yourself looming over a deathbed. The father lies in its center, looking pitifully small. I'm sorry, boy. Sorry I let my troubles drive your mama away, and sorry those troubles mean I'm leaving you all alone now. Jesus, that looks excruciating. Damn it, Junior, how many times do I have to tell you? I tried to stop it from happening, but that damn snake Enoch went behind my back. There's Enoch again. You're right, I've been using that excuse for too many years. At a certain point, a man has to accept when he's dug his own grave. They may have run me out, but they didn't put the bottle in my hand. Still, they destroyed our legacy, boy. Both our names are cursed with that history. I'll be dead and gone soon, but I won't be able to rest. Not until our name is cleared, not until you can pass on this name with pride. This is my only request, Charlie. Go back there, tell the people the truth. Try to find proof. I don't know what you'll have to do, but please. I know I ain't been the best father, but I'm no murderer. I'll see what I can do, get some sleep. Nah. I'm guessing this request didn't really pan out. If the Scarlets were exposed for the collapse, Tabitha and I probably wouldn't be around. Damn it, boy, I may not have till morning. Promise me you'll go back at the very least. Show that Enoch bastard what for. I promise I'll go back. Wow. You watch as the father's body seizes and falls through the sheets, taking the rattling pile of bottles with him. Such theatrics. What a waste of time. Why force you to see any of this? People always think their own experiences are so important, but what does any of it matter? Do you know what it's trying to tell me? Yes, and it's trivial. Don't worry yourself with it. Let's move on. You move back to the bed to quietly leave through the hole the father left behind and crawl through. You find yourself pressed uncomfortably against a trellis. A small castle sits off to one side of the wall, and the bars of a prison loom over both all of it and all of you. Climbing up the trellis again? How very Romeo and Juliet of you. No need to run off. I won't tell the old man, though you've gotten sloppy. You should try to be more careful if you don't want him putting you in an early grave. What the hell is the entity? No, not one of her brothers. I'm a prisoner, another victim of the Scarlet's lies. Like you, Charles Shaw. Wayne, where are you? A mere generation makes no difference. His blood runs in your veins, does it not? And now it runs in hers. Yes, it seems like your little trius bore fruit. And oh, will you ever be in trouble when the old man finds out? Remain silent. You know you don't have to keep dangling there. Come inside. You'll be able to hear me through the door just fine. The world around you swirls, and you find yourself pulled to the other side of the wall. A door bound by countless locks and chains pulsates before you. I was just going to say, this looks like the manor. What is this place? Is there really something like this in the state? Does Tabitha know about it? That's not what I invited you in for. I couldn't escape even with your help. I merely wanted to offer a warning. Leave town now. Remain silent. You can't take her with you. It's not possible. You can always stay and die, but if I were you, I would use my healthy legs and run as far away from Scarlet Hollow as possible. I hear the beaches are nice. Why don't you take a permanent vacation there? Ah, you've been talking to the witch then. How very interesting. Charlie, get away from the door. Don't listen to it. How does it know that? Interesting interpretation. What makes you say that? Were you here for this conversation? The wording is a little off, but it conveyed the meat of things well enough. I get the feeling we're nearly at the end of this little maze. Stay close. Wayne disappears into the dark corridor. You follow close behind. For the first time, you and Wayne enter a new room, separated. Unseparated, the two of you finding yourselves huddled under a large table. The lover stares through you as indecipherable murmurs and shuffling feet echo from the ends of the table. They're so lovely. Are you sure I can keep one? You must have worked very hard on them. We've got to be near the end, right? The music is the same song that started playing when Stella first showed up. Just let the scene play out. There's no use trying to communicate, whether with the resonant or your little friends. I'll try to keep it away from my brother so he doesn't smash it, though I wish I could make it move like you can. And you can even do the voices. You know, you could probably make real money if you put on a show for people. Can I remain silent? Yeah. I'll do what Wayne says. A traveling show? And you'd want me to be there too? Oh, could we go to the towns along the beach? I heard the Outer Banks are the most beautiful place in the world. Thank you, Charlie. I've always wanted to see the ocean. Everything crashes to a thunderous black before you or Wayne can get in another word. This is crazy. I have no idea what's happening. Gretchen! A single spotlight remains, illuminating a trapdoor in the center of the stage. You feel drawn to it. It opens. You feel a shove from behind and tumble through the hatch. It's the same marking as the mines. It took some digging, but it's there. The map was right. That means there's hope, Eddie. Whatever it is that Enoch did, we can undo it. We can be happy together. Wow. Did she kill him? Eddie? Dang. It's brutal. Wayne is gone once again. There's nothing here but you and the howling void. Do you repent? Do you repent for your crimes? For the first time tonight, you recognize the names of your companions. Does this mean that the resonant has grown weaker, or is this yet another part of its act? Let it continue. You must answer for the crimes committed by your scarlet blood. Until you do, I cannot die. I want to die, please. I've been alone in the dark for so long. All I ask is for some of your years, to pay for the years that were taken from me. My life was stolen from me. I want some of yours. It's only fair. The sins of the father are to be laid upon the children. Forfeit your years and I will finally leave. You can't actually make me do anything, can you? I can keep you here, and I can do whatever I want with them. You can refuse, but if you do, then I will stay. I will stay until I get what I'm owed. I don't understand. You will live a shorter life, and I will finally be satisfied. I will have justice. I will finally die. I will leave this house at last. How much shorter will my life be? That isn't for you to know, just as it wasn't for me to know. One day, sooner than you'd like, you will die. A smell hits you, that now familiar wet, unwell odor. What an annoying pest you are, but you couldn't keep me out for long. It seems we've exhausted its power. Holding all these bodies hostage must have been quite taxing. Come along, Zen. It's desperate, but it has no power over you. There's no need to bow to the will of such a frayed and broken consciousness. Leave it to fester. What about my friends? What happens to them if I just leave? They've already left. They're not a factor in this. Where will Oscar and Rosalina live if the ghost stays? Don't give years of your life for something so insignificant. Ooh. They can just move somewhere else, I guess? But I can't just leave the ghost here. You can. Get me the hell out of here, Wayne. You don't need my help. Close your eyes. Feel for the stairs. You close your eyes. You fumble in the darkness, reaching out your hands and grasping the air until your palm finds wood. It's the staircase. You can feel it under your hands. You begin your ascent. Good. You made it out of the pit. His overpowering smell returns as you place a confident foot on the wooden floor of what you assume must be Rosalina's room. You open your eyes as you try to hold your breath. You feel a hand on your back. You shudder knowing what it's attached to. Don't fall for it. Keep feeling your way forward. You continue. You feel the door frame under your palm and then the sturdy walls of the hallway beyond. Wayne's palm continues to gently urge you forward. You stumble into the corridor between the annex and library. The real world is swimming back into focus. Good. The main doors are just ahead. You feel a shove as Wayne pushes you forward. You fall towards the entrance, your legs still unsure of the ground beneath you, and the door flies open. You're outside. It's real this time. A cool autumn breeze blows small piles of dried leaves across the steps of the library. You made the right choice. It would have been so easy to fall for its tricks. I'm proud that you didn't. Be seeing you. He leaves before you can say anything in response. Thank God you made it out, Zen. I went to get Mom when I realized you hadn't left the library with the rest of us. I figured if anyone knew what to do, it would be her. I see someone beat me to the punch. Sounds like you've had quite the evening. My bones weren't meant to bend like that. I'm gonna be hurting for a few days at least. Oh no, they were all possessed. That's so sad. I suppose I'll have to find another place for me and Rosalina to stay. This was such a disaster. I'm so sorry to have brought you all into that house. I should have left that place to rot. The impending doom coming for the town is more important than a single ghost. I have to be at my best if we're going to get to the bottom of this. I wasn't about to make a deal like that in the heat of a moment. Couldn't trust that ghost to uphold its end of the deal. It used all of you as puppets to try to get to us. Who's to say if it actually would have went away? I guess that's fair. I wasn't exactly gentle with any of us. Still, I don't know how I feel about there being this big, dangerous space in town that we're just leaving there. But you're right, there's no way for us to know if that thing was trustworthy. And who knows what giving up years of your life to that ghost would have done to you. You made the right call, and I'm happy you're okay. It's just a house, and we don't even own it. I'm not going to ask anyone to sacrifice years of their life for the chance of getting a rental back for the government. I don't think the spirit was lying, but it's much stronger now than it was when you made your choice. If you went back in there, I can only imagine its demands of you would be that much steeper. There's no walking this back. I'm really sorry we couldn't get rid of your ghost, Oscar. Don't apologize. I wouldn't want you to lose something that's important for a rental unit owned by the state. Honestly, if it makes you feel better, I don't think I could have lived with the guilt if you'd made that choice. Yo, Mr. G, we've got a spare room and I don't think my parents would really care. That's really sweet of you, Zane, but Dad, just take him up on it. You're right. Thank you, Zane. I'll figure out something more long-term in the morning. Dope. I'm gonna peace out then and let my folks know. See you later, Rosalina. See you later, Mr. G. Zane walks off down the road. And to think that ghosts are actually real. Stella's got to be over the moon right now. Actually, wait, where is Stella? Oh, she's just standing there by herself. That isn't like her. I'm gonna go talk to her. You walk over to Stella. Oh, hey Zen. You okay? I'm so sorry, Zen. I don't think I can talk right now. I'll call you, okay? She hurries off down the road. I think she took the brunt of the things in there. No wonder she's having a hard time right now. Should we go after her? I think she just needs some time to herself. Stella's never been the kind to share her burdens, and I doubt that'll change just because somebody goes chasing after her. If anything, it just make her clam up even more. She's a strong girl. She'll be okay. I'm honestly surprised that she and Zane are the only ones heading out right now. You've all been through something awful, and each and every one of you needs rest. Especially you, Kanika. We don't want the cold of yours to get any worse. God, what a disaster this whole night has been. I had no idea it would turn out like this. I'm so sorry, everyone. Stop apologizing, Dad. We're the ones who don't have a house anymore. We don't even have the library. There was another carving in there. They keep giving me visions. I wonder if those things are tied to everything supernatural that's been happening. Yeah, I wonder. One is a coincidence, but two of them on back-to-back nights? And if you're right, and there's another one in the clinic. I'm sorry, I'm a little lost. You've been finding carvings around town and they've been giving you visions? This is news to me too. I'm sure everyone here could stand around theorizing about this and that all night long. There'll be plenty of time for that tomorrow. Zen, I'd love to discuss these visions over tea. I spent a lot of time with Wayne in there. Yeah, I noticed. I could smell him as soon as we snapped out of it. What happened? Did he hurt you? He was part of the reason I left the ghost behind. He didn't really want me to make a deal with it. He'd crushed a ditchling under his boot. He did do that. He was part of the reason I left the ghost behind. He really didn't want me to make a deal with it. Weird. It's like he has some sort of obsession with you, isn't it? We don't need to trouble Zen for the details. No one pay any mind to that man. He's just a drifter. He'll be gone soon enough. In the meantime, steer clear and he won't make trouble. Were you all conscious that whole time? Everyone glances at each other. Yeah. It was awful. Kind of fun too, but mostly awful. I'm pretty sure we remember everything, at least up until that guy showed up and snapped us out of it. Wayne, he's been following Zen around. What did he say to you? Like I said, let's not trouble Zen about him. Just stay away, all of you. I'm really sorry, Oscar. I'm really sorry, Rosalina. It's okay. Worse things have happened to people and the price was just too high. We'll find a way to pick things up. Rosalina stares at you with a whirlpool of tears and rage in her eyes. You won't have to do that alone, Oscar. You can help yourself to whatever you need from the store. Yeah, I'm sure Aunt Winnie and I can help out too. This is a good town full of good people, Zen. We won't let this ruin Oscar. What do we do about the library? We bar the doors. We make sure everyone knows to steer clear. We can't just tell them it's mega haunted. Even if folks believe us, they'll just make them want to investigate for themselves. Maybe we just say there's a gas leak. Sybil, is there a chance this goes away on its own? I'm not really an authority on these things, but it doesn't seem interested in fading away. Okay, that's settled then. We board it up. We say there is a gas leak. And just hope no one gets curious, I guess. It's the best we can do for now. What was it like being puppeted? They all glance away. It hurt. Why didn't I make Rosalina stay behind? I can't believe I let that happen to her. Dad, this might be the overwhelming pain and exhaustion talking, but shut up. I love you. None of this is your fault, okay? I had no idea what I was going to say until the words were already spilling out. It was like I had no control over myself. I remember each and everything I said. It's like it was burned into my memory. You poor souls. I can't begin to imagine what you've all been through. Do any of you know who you were supposed to be? No idea. The word just came out. There was no context, nothing. But there was a weird feeling, like an overwhelming guilt. I was mostly just scared. I didn't feel any of those things. I don't know how to describe it. I felt powerful. I was just cold. We should probably get going. It's starting to get chilly out and I don't want to keep Zane's parents up too late. I'll be over later tonight with some bedding and hot tea, and I'll have Miles bring you groceries in the morning. Don't be a stranger and let us know if you need anything, okay? Thank you. That really means a lot. I believe it's time for me to get my daughters home as well. But, Kanika dear, you haven't been feeling well. You need to get some rest. Okay. I'll see you tomorrow, Zen? Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Cool. Kanika wearily treks back to the general store. I'll be back in a moment to walk you home, dear. I just need to put the tea on and give your cousin a quick call. Sybil leaves you and catches up to her daughter. My whole body hurts. Mom, what was that? And I want a better answer than a ghost. You'll be alright. Let me get you some of the special tea. It's been working well, don't you think? I think ibuprofen would be better, but I gotta admit, the tea has been nice. I'll put the kettle on as soon as we get home. I guess it's just the two of us now. Let's see, so you have no idea who you were? I could roughly place most of the others. None whatsoever, but I remember everything I said and remember that cold feeling. A prisoner of the Scarlets. I wonder what your family was up to back then. I guess we can add it to the ever-growing pile of mysteries. What do you remember? As far as I know, all of it. I might start forgetting soon, but for now it's all fresh. The twisting wasn't the most pleasant, but even though I felt like I got tossed in a blender, it honestly made me feel so alive. Sorry, I didn't know things would be like this. I mean, it's not your fault, and I feel a lot worse for Oscar and Rosalina than I feel for myself. I'll see if there's something Aunt Winnie can do to help them out. At the very least, I can help them spruce things up with some plants once they find a place to settle in. I know it wasn't exactly the kind of evening we thought it'd be, but I'm glad I got to have that experience. My body hurts, my soul is unsettled, but I would honestly do it all over again. Thanks, Sen. I really appreciate you inviting me along. Anyway, I better head home and get some rest. I'm supposed to have a shift tomorrow morning. I might have to call in sick, but here's hoping a good night's sleep is enough to heal up. Avery heads off, leaving the square in front of the library empty. Sybil returns not long after Avery leaves. I keep doing that. It's time to go back to the estate. Your cousin wasn't exactly thrilled to hear about what happened tonight, but I think I blunted her anger as much as I could. Shall we? You once again find yourself on the long trek back to the estate. There's another ditchling. The night feels cold, the crunch of leaves beneath your feet deafening in the quiet wilderness. Let's stop here for a bit. These old bones need a moment to rest. She is kind of creepy now. Like, why are we stopping in the middle of the woods? Edwardine killed Charles Jr., but it feels like I'm only scratching the surface of things. What has my family done? Is that what the spirit showed you? Your family built one of the most powerful coal empires in Appalachia. Those sorts of things don't come about without betrayal and bloodshed. These are all assumptions, of course. I'm just an old woman who enjoys her tea, and the Scarlet Empire is far older than these rattling bones. If you want the bloody details, I'm afraid you'll have to find them yourself. Are you a witch? She laughs, surprised by your question. I suppose some people might call me one, but I'm just an old woman who fancies herself a bit of a healer. What you call yourself isn't important. You're more powerful than you let on. Well, I do drink plenty of tea. I'm so sorry, Zen. I completely forgot to send you home with some tonight. There's ditchlings everywhere. There are, and I'm afraid that they still would be this numerous even if you had managed to exorcise the spirit you encountered tonight. Its presence was merely a symptom of the rot in this place, rather than its cause. People are unfortunately just gonna have to get used to the sight of these things in the coming days. That's enough rest for me. Let's carry on for a bit. You and Sybil walk deeper into the woods. You're getting closer to the estate. One last rest and we'll get you home. What can I say to her? There was a stone carving of a goat's head and a pack of wolves in that basement. There was something similar in the mines last night, too. A circle of arms and chains. Both of them gave me visions. Was there now? That's quite an interesting development. Perhaps we can discuss these visions over tea. My grandmother had a special blend that supposedly helped with dreams and visions. I'll be sure to have some ready by tomorrow. Maybe it'll help us piece things together. You just believed me? Of course I did. These are strange times then. None of us have the luxury to waste energy on doubt. Wayne didn't want me to make a deal with that ghost. Of course he didn't. Some people will never understand the kind of sacrifice that was laid upon the table tonight. If you'd gone through with the deal, it would have been an affront to everything he is. Sybil, what is Wayne? It's like I said, he's just a man. We both know there's more to him than that. The smile briefly fades from her face. It's not exactly polite to share people's medical history. I may not have taken a Hippocratic oath, but I still respect the privacy of others. That doesn't mean you should trust him, though. Be careful with that one. Why can't I just go home, like my real home? I'm afraid this is your real home. It called you, didn't it? Otherwise, you never would have gotten on that bus. Nobody really leaves the holler, at least not forever. Call it a quirk of the town. I'll remain silent. Oh my, you look absolutely horrified. I was just pulling your leg, dear. People leave town all the time. We just haven't been blessed with the most frequent public transportation. Thank you for patiently waiting with an old woman's end. I feel spry as a spring chicken. You and Sybil trek through the remainder of the woods and find yourselves on the outskirts of the estate. I'm looking forward to continuing our chat tomorrow once you've had some time to rest. Good luck handling Tabitha. I tried to soften her up over the phone, but there's only so much softening you can do with someone that prickly. Bless her heart. Get a good night's rest, son. You've earned it. Sybil heads back through the woods, leaving you alone to face Tabitha. You open the door to the estate as quietly as you can, only to find your cousin anxiously pacing in the foyer. She's been waiting for you. So you finally come back. After last night, I thought we were done with all the running around and secrecy. I guess I was too optimistic. Do you know how stuff like this impacts me? Do you even care? Look, a lot of scary stuff happened tonight. Just listen to me, okay? Now's really not the time. I'll just trauma dump everything on her. Oscar's house was haunted by the ghost of Charles Shaw Jr., who was murdered by Edward and Scarlet. It wanted years of my life in exchange for leaving, but I wasn't about to give it what it wanted. Was there a gas leak in the library or something? Do you realize how ridiculous you sound right now? They all got possessed. It wasn't a gas leak, it was a ghost. Didn't Sybil tell you what happened? Why won't you believe me? Sybil says a lot of things, son. For all I know, she was making stuff up to cover for you. She's nice like that. It's annoying. Wayne followed me into Oscar's house. Do you think mentioning that awful man is supposed to garner sympathy from me or something? So you do know him. Did I ever say I didn't? He's a creep from a bad time in my life, and I do my best not to think about him, which has become an increasingly difficult task. Silence? Wonderful, because I'd really rather not talk about that man. There was another one of those stones in Oscar's house. It gave me another vision. Like last night, that was gas. I'm sure whatever you thought you saw tonight was similar. Maybe you had another seizure. All the more reason you shouldn't run off and not tell me where you are. What if they're what's making all this supernatural stuff happen? Okay, let's say for a second that there is something supernatural happening in town and that these stones are causing it. What are we supposed to do about it? Run around and smash them? A rhetorical question, but also I've got news for you. One of them is buried under 20 tons of rock. They've been telling me a lot about our family. I think we've done some terrible stuff, Tabitha. And all of it's probably in your imagination, because they're hallucinations stemming from either gas or, I don't know, your own guilt and exhaustion. City folk love to self-flagellate. Who put them there? You expect me to know? They're probably some kind of ancient artifact, and I'm not an archaeologist. Have you been getting enough sleep? You sound a little delirious. I think I should go to a doctor. All the passing out and visions and hallucinations, this could be a medical emergency. You know where Dr. Kelly lives? And if you don't, just ask Stella. Maybe an appointment would be a good idea. That's pretty much it. Great, then I'm going to bed. Your cousin walks off, leaving you alone. You don't even notice yourself entering the guest room and falling into bed. Suddenly, you're just there, buried under your family's musty covers. It's Wednesday night. Nearly half a week has passed since you first arrived in town, and a little over half a week remains until the bus comes to take you home. The spirit of Charles Shaw Jr. now commands the entirety of City Hall, a swirling void of wrath and despair that the people of this town will have to learn to ignore. Disaster looms its tallest yet over Scarlet Hollow. Very strange. It's like a collage, but not. So it's something about our family's past that we have to repay the town in order for this bad aura to persist, I guess. And that's it. He's a puppet with the little strings. Episode 4. Alright, well, that was episode 3. It started off as a little bit of a seance and then turned into something that's a little weirder. But that seems to just be the vibe of this game. Well, I will end us here. Thank you so much for listening and watching, everybody. Be sure to follow either my Twitch, my Instagram. I also post all these videos onto YouTube as well, so all the links will be in my my profile on Twitch. If you're interested. Thank you so much. Have a good night, everybody.